Welcome back to It's Real Out Here. In this wild episode, our girl Mia decides she needs a break after all the drama with Lester. That and her taxes done hit, she's soccer balling y'all. And what better way to unwind, spend unnecessary money, and bust out her good hair than a girl's trip to sunny Mexico. You know what time it is, grab your shades and your passports, because things are about to get real ignorant for our girl. Mia checked her calendar and noticed the coming weekend's schedule was light. She could make a few adjustments and pull this girl's trip off, a trip well overdue. Especially since she's spent the last couple months of crying over a man who was shorter than money on the first. In more ways than one. By this time she's not sure if she is mad at Lester or the fact a short bald dude played her. Just a little inside joke amongst Mia and her girls. No pun intended. Long story short, Mia needed some time away from everything. Only thing left to do was to round the squad up and see who was down for a random weekend getaway. First on Mia's list was her little sister Lisa. Lisa and Mia were 4 years apart, which created some distance while growing up. Nonetheless, now in their 20s, the sisters were inseparable. Lisa, a beautiful chocolate woman known for her stylish glasses, long bohemian braids and unapologetic confidence, would surely be a worthy companion for Mia on this trip. Especially since Lisa never liked Lester, and never needs a reason to pack a suitcase. Oh, here's one small but noteworthy fact. Lisa is going to always ball out. On a budget. Listen, Lisa is always looking for the deal. But hey, she said yes, so a win's a win. Next up was Sherry, Mia's best friend. Known for her sassy attitude and wild wig choices. Not only was she a top choice for Mia, Lisa and Sherry were good friends as well, so it only made sense to invite her. Mia thought to herself while scrolling through her friends list. Sherry was the type of friend that didn't get in her friend's business unless they wanted her in it. She supports from the sideline. But don't get it twisted, she got a little fight in her if you get beside yourself. Mia knew Sherry would not only support her on this healing journey, she would be all hands on deck. And honestly, that is just the support Mia needed right now. We all know that one friend that hears girls trip, and then just sits back, waiting for the details. With no hesitation, Sherry responded yes. This girls' trip was coming together and Mia could smell the ocean and feel the sun kissing her skin already. Last but definitely not least was Sarah, who is, let's just say, a little bubbly, or what some have called ditzy. On top of that, Sarah has been a little frazzled after a tough 2 years, where here life has been taking her through a non-stop spin cycle. Now to be clear, Sarah wasn't exactly Mia's friend, she was a friend or cool coworker as Lisa would put it. She is cool Mia, and she really needs this time away. The girl is stressed, she has 6 kids, 5 baby daddies, roaches that won't go away, and her food stamps just got cut. Lisa blurts out, before Mia could interject. Lisa knew Mia wasn't a fan of vacationing with strangers. But after some back and forth and a promise Sarah wasn't crazy, Mia agreed. And just like that, the 4 ladies were all locked in and ready for the time of their lives. And please know this will be a time they will never forget. Where bonds tightened, wigs lost, friendships gained, and hands thrown. Mia closed her text app and opened her H&M shopping cart because it was time to start packing. After some planning in the group text, all plans for flights, hotels and excursions were solidified and booked. After meeting at the airport, the ladies noticed a little difference in flight choices between the 4 of them. Now this didn't matter to Mia, as long as they all got there safely. She could tell Lisa was a little bothered by the division, or it could have been the comfortable seats as this was a full flight and Lisa had a middle seat next to Sarah. Now, we've got first-class divas versus coach queens. Mia and Sherry were living it up with mimosas, while Lisa was back in coach, rolling her eyes at every delay. And Miss Sarah, bless her heart, had already managed to spill her drink all over herself and Lisa.
While we wait on the ladies to make it to Mexico, take a second to like, share, and subscribe. Then drop a comment if you think Sherry and Mia should have flew coach with the other 2 ladies? Or would you have left Lisa back there with her clumsy friend?
They land in Mexico, hyped and ready to party. But when they pull up to the hotel, let's just say, rustic, ain't even the word for it. Lisa booked this joint on one of them cheap booking apps. The driver had pulled off and now they were stuck in a sketchy neighborhood. Number 1 question everyone kept yelling was, why are there chickens everywhere? Sherry was trying hard to find another room, but considering it was after 11 p.m. they were stuck at La Casa de los Palos y Bichos. The house of chicken and bugs for our no hablo español peeps. Mia was thinking to herself, for real? This ain't the vibe. And to top it off, Sherry's on a budget and didn't tell anyone. She can't even help pay for the cheap room at the Roach Hotel. Mia didn't know how to tell Lisa. Either her and Sarah were sharing rooms at the next hotel or they could stay there because she was booking a room at a different location first thing tomorrow. Mia knew Lisa was cheap, but this was a new low. They were gonna have to discuss this after this trip. Despite all the drama, the ladies checked into their rooms and did the best they could to keep the roaches out of their suitcases and the mildew stench out of their hair. The ghetto. So from smile to complaints flying, it's turning into a whole mess. Mia is hoping this turns around because this was not what she signed up for at all. By the next day, the ladies had found a new hotel and Sherry, being the girl's girl she is, gave Sarah $500 for the rest of the trip and told her to count it as a blessing. After moving to the new hotel and having breakfast on the beach, desperate to salvage the trip, Lisa insists on massages to relax. Excitement fills the air and everyone was in a lighter mood. That was until they realized they have to meet a sketchy van in an alley to get there. Lisa, Mia yelled at her sister, why would you book this? You know my fear of being trafficked. At this point, Mia felt like Lisa was purposely sabotaging the trip. Or maybe she was just this cheap. Either way, this was a little much. Mia's gut says this isn't right, but Lisa insists it'll be fine. Spoiler alert, it's not fine. In fact, when they get to the place of pickup, Mia got real quiet and even felt her eyes watering. Y'all would never guess who got their big goofy self in the van first before the group could even change their minds. You guessed right, Sarah. Mia knew they shouldn't have brought her, she don't even have spider senses. Noticing the ladies' unease, the driver began speaking broken English, attempting to show the ladies a brochure of the place they were going to for the luxury spa massage. It looked legit and the price was great, but something about this alley meet-up spot had Mia feeling like she should call her mama and tell her to call the man from the movie Taken. Because this was giving, she puts the lotion on her skin or she gets the hose. As the vibe in the van shifts, the ladies suddenly notice the guy in the passenger seat they hadn't seen before. The driver and his friend aren't exactly the brightest lights in the room. They keep making corny comments about Mia and the other ladies' hair, skin, and eyes. The passenger even asks if they can twerk like the girls in the Shakira video. Mia and her friends exchange worried glances, silently hatching an escape plan. You know how black girls communicate those nonverbal signals. The guys continue with their strange jokes and Mia leans over to Lisa and whispers, do they seem slow to you? Suddenly, it's all laughs and giggles in the back as the ladies realize they've gone from a girls' trip to a potential kidnapping. But you know who surprised the whole crew? Yes, girl. Sarah, baby girl, kicked it off. Turns out she was goofy but not a punk. She busted the passenger in the back of the head and put him in a headlock. The look in her eyes was like, ninja, I've been waiting on this day. All of us were shook. Especially the driver because he threw the car in park and the fight was on. The van pulled into a deserted area. The alarm bells were going off for Mia and the girls. And they knew it was time to channel their inner warriors. The driver immediately starts to help his friend. So Mia and Sherry jumped out and began pulling the driver out of the van. As they made their move, punches flew, wigs were lost, and chaos ensues. By this time, Lisa, Sarah and the passenger were out of the van getting busy. And from the looks of it, Lil Mexican man didn't stand a chance. He was screaming something in Spanish. Baby, they was fighting. The girls managed to get back into the van. With adrenaline pumping, they stole the van and hightail it out of there, only to notice they were not out of the woods yet. The two men were on motorbikes following them. The ladies were both confused and amazed that these men had bikes. Like, where did they come from? Mia screamed they must have had this all planned, they were really trying to get us. Lisa yelled, hold on ladies, we are not out of the woods yet, let's hope they don't call for backup. All Mia could think was this was not what she signed up for at all. They try to make sense of the erratic turns when Sherry shouts, find the police station. We need help, but the realization hits them like a scene from a movie and Mia screams, what if the cops are in on it? So y'all, guess who picks up her phone and starts speaking frantically in Spanish? Sarah. Yes, honey, homegirl had connects. All Mia and the ladies could make out was, help, friends, and thank you. Sarah hung up the phone and turned on her GPS. She navigated the group for what felt like forever but was actually a few minutes. Thankfully, the guys turned off when they noticed the ladies were driving into what looked like a subdivision in a gated community. And by the grace of God, the gate opened with no hesitation and Sarah's friend was standing outside awaiting their arrival. The ladies went in the house and after catching their breath and a couple cups of coffee. While Mia and Sherry had coffee, Lisa and Sarah were taking shots of Mexico's finest tequila. The ladies settled down to fill Sarah's friends who actually turned out to be a couple she met while traveling abroad while in college. They always kept in touch and told Sarah she could stop by any time. Don't think any of them ever thought it would be a visit like this, but here they were. Turns out their would-be kidnappers were known as the Goofy Crew. Some of the slowest guys in town. Mia screamed I knew they were slow and they all started laughing. The ladies stayed with the couple for the evening, being the couple agreed to take them safely to retrieve their things in the morning and then take them to the airport. Which was a relief to the ladies after they just had to fight for their lives, wigs, innocence, and whatever else those men planned on taking. Turns out, they weren't facing a crime syndicate but a band of local misfits. The girls couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all, relieved to be safe. Mia didn't sleep much that night. She was not trusting anyone at this point. She was ready to go home, rest could wait until then. The next morning came quick, and everyone was feeling the after effect of the fight the night before. But to the ladies' surprise, the couple had made them breakfast. Mia knew Sherry was feeling like her old self because she said, "I'm just ready to go," in a very flat tone. Mia understood though, as they were all ready to touch down on that good old Midwest soil. They ate good and within 4 hours they were sitting in the airport restaurant eating chips and salsa, having one last margarita. Mia raised her glass and said, "Here's to friendships, new and old, survival, at home and in the Mexico trenches, and to the wildest girls' trip ever." They all cheered and within 4 hours and a layover they were all safely back in Kansas City, Missouri. Mia thought to herself that was enough action for a lifetime, and it was. That was until one cold night at a hole in the wall on 75th and Troost, where she met the frat brother Henry and lost all of her edges. But that is a story for another time.
If Mia and the crew didn't take anything away from this trip, they learned one important lesson: check your plans, and check your travel companion's vacation funds, and most importantly, double-check the itinerary plans before you dive headfirst into adventure. But if nothing else, please, take that girls' trip. Did you enjoy this wild ride with Mia and her friends? If so, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. You won't want to miss what's next in Mia's urban dating series. Stay tuned for more drama, laughs, and unforgettable moments as we follow our girl Mia on her journey. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.